Hey everyone, how's everybody doing? I hope okay. I was at my doctor's on the 6th and, for my regular physical and all that stuff. And uh, she's like awesome because I had a spot on my back. I used to have my son scratch it for years. And and she looked at it on the 6th and she said, "Oh, it's just some dry skin back there." And so she ordered this ointment, and I'm not joking. I put it on within a couple of minutes. The itch was gone. I should have asked her long before that. But anyway, she's awesome. I mean, her name is USA, spelled USA, so she's got to be awesome, right? Anyway, we were talking. I love bitter melon and making an umpalaya with it, with tomatoes and onions and so forth. And so we were talking because our Asian market had to close down due to the gas prices. I mean, if she went down to Phoenix to pick up product and drove back, she would have to go up on her prices so high that nobody would buy it. So, I mean, because she has to pay for electricity and overhead and so forth. So she ended up having to shut down. Um, so thanks for the gas prices, whoever's in charge of that crap. I don't mind saying that. But my doctor turned me on to, she says, try Kabocha Squash. I'd never heard of it. So here I am. That's a picture of it on there, and we're going to try it today. What I'm going to do first, it says put it in the oven um, at 425 for 10 minutes. Actually, it didn't say 425. It says bake it in the oven for 10 minutes before cutting it up, and that will make it easier to cut up. And then we're going to slice it and put it back in at 425, but we're going to leather it with, or slather it with oil and some little bit of salt and so forth. So let's try this and see what happens. Yeah, oil and lemons. Yeah. So I don't know. I'm gonna try it and we'll figure out a recipe that works. Okay. Now the last time I'm gonna have to keep an eye on it because the last time I put a squash in the oven, it was spaghetti squash. My son was here and I says, "Tell me when 25 minutes is up." And I think I was cleaning something or doing something, and both of us started talking, and we forgot what time it was, and all of a sudden we heard this kaboom, and my oven was covered in spaghetti squash, but it was still good because I'm gonna tilt this camera down. As you can see, I keep my oven spotless, so we took it off, and it wasn't hard to get off at all. Okay, so at 141, we're going to pull this out and cut it and see how that goes. So it is now 131, and it just went in the oven, and we got it set for 425. It did not say bake at 425. It just said bake it, and then it says cut it and transfer it to a 425. So I'm assuming, I hope I'm not making um, a out of you and me, or me and you, because it doesn't say. So we're going to find out. Hopefully it won't explode and I can cut it open really easily. And then it says after putting oil and salt on it, um, keep an eye on it. And it says flip it halfway through the browning stage, but it doesn't give any times. So, right here on this channel is where you're going to get some times. Because I'll keep an eye on it and flip it halfway. After the browning's on one side, I'll flip it to the other, but I'll give a time. And that way, anybody who tries this squash can come to this channel and boom. Should make it easy for everyone. Okay? So we will see y'all back here in 7 minutes. Okay, we're back. Let's see if it does make it easier. We're going to find out real quick. Slide that puppy right there. Got a feeling it's going to be hot, so I don't know if y'all can see this, but we're going to slice it into slices. I didn't try it before, so I'm not sure how tough it would have been. Because this is pretty tough. But maybe it's because I started right on the line. Now then, it says, one of the things it says is take out the seeds. So we're going to do that because it says save the seeds. They're good roasted, and don't worry about the rind because you can eat everything. And that's what my doctor said too. So hey, let's see if I can keep from. It smells good. And I think as far as what the website said about baking it 10 minutes before, I think, stop it, could have gone longer. Yeah, see that I went through the stem, which is right there, so that probably made it tougher to cut. So maybe 10 minutes was the proper time. And I'm gonna have to get one of those. If I do this again, I'm gonna have to get one of those spoons for kids that are plastic. Okay, it's still warm. So let's go and see if we can. Doesn't say how thick either. I am cutting mine about a ½ inch thick. And it looks like, or it reminds me of cantaloupe, the colors and the seeds and such. Okay, that was a little bit tough to do, but that's just because it was right there on the stem. I think sooner or later I'm going to have to switch to my new oven mitts. These are quite old, and they look it too. I keep washing them all the time. I'm going to do this one a little bit wider. Now again, I could probably use the electric knife and do this a lot faster. And safer. Because this is unsafe like it is. So I'm going to say get an electric knife and do it. And I'm definitely not a weakling. Maybe I should have cut it a different way, and let's try that. We're going to try it this way. Hint, do the way I'm doing it now, so it's what I was doing is going by the picture on the internet and how thick it was and how round the slices were. So you could do it this way and it makes it a lot easier. But I'm coming up on a stem again, so it's going to be a tough one to cut, probably. Maybe not. I tried to go behind it, so that's okay. Okay. Now then, it does say the seeds are good after they're baked, like pumpkin seeds and such. So we'll try that also. But for right now, we're going to bake it at 425. Not sure how long, but until it starts turning a golden brown. Which it already is. One of the things that the site said was don't skimp on the oil. Now why it said that, I have no idea. I'm sure I'm going to find out. I'm going to put that bad boy right in there. Find a place for you. Only got 2 more pieces. And a place for you. Okay. Uh-oh. Always one trying to sneak away and not get eaten. Alright, I found him. Right in there. Put this one right in there. Okay. Oil. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to try olive oil first. It says go liberal. Of course, a lot of the oil is going to burn off. So I'm sure it's for flavor. What did I do with my... The oil's turning a darker color. This is EVOO, so extra virgin olive oil. And if I like this with the olive oil, I'll let you know. And if I think a lighter oil without a taste would be better, I'll let you know. Now we're going with some sea salt. Not doing a lot. And I'm going to try it without lemons first. Because the lemon, once you put it on, you're not getting it off. So it's at 425. And let's shove it in and see what happens. And that's parchment paper on there because that's what it said to use. So I'm going to keep an eye on it. I'm not going to bore y'all watching it. And I will just keep checking on it. And then when I'm ready to flip it, I'll come back on and let y'all see what it looks like before I flip it. And then we'll go from there. Okay? Sound like a deal? Sounds like a deal. See y'all in a few minutes. Okay, let's see what we got. Yeah, I see why they said liberal on the oil. Okay, these are kind of tan, a little bit darker, but they're starting to dry out. So, where'd those tongs go? As you can see, I took the parchment paper off. How did I do that? Well, I used the old trick I'm sure a lot of you have seen done a million times, where you take the tablecloth and the leave the dishes on. You take the tablecloth, you yank it real quick. Ooh, I think it's done. Some of them. You know, I'm gonna load them up with oil again and go just a little bit longer. Not long, a little bit longer. Because what they're reminding me of is a sweet potato, and I don't want them to be totally dried out. That would defeat the purpose. But I have to admit, I have already tasted what came off on my oven mitt when I took the parchment paper off. And that was just a little bit, so there's some of the parchment paper. That's the reason I took it off. It was crumbling, and who wants to eat parchment paper? Nobody, as you can see. Okay, so let us do this again. Like I say, this time it's not going to be in the oven very long. That time it was in for 27 minutes. And I got this is olive oil. It's in a green bottle, which helps preserve the olive oil. You don't know that. I don't know if you've ever had olive oil that's been sitting in a clear container for a long time, you can tell the difference. Trust me on that. You can tell the difference, and it's not a good difference. Okay, let's add some more of this salt. And this is lightly, because I don't take in very much salt anyway, so you got to have some salt with your food, but not a ton. So here we go with the other side. Basically what that's doing is it's kind of toasting it in a, like you're frying it, but at the same time it's baking. And another reason I added the more olive oil was I wanted to keep it a little bit soft, because I may take a few of the slices and make a possibly make a soup, or even could probably, I'm thinking, smear it on bread as a paste, which would be because it was, it was a little bit what I did taste. I haven't tasted it all yet. I'll let you know after I taste it, but it reminded me kind of a peanut buttery, not a peanut butter taste, but the texture was a little bit like peanut butter, and it had that salt in it and had the sweet flavor. So I'm thinking maybe some bread as a coating. So I'm gonna let it go a little bit longer, and I'll come back and let y'all know how this went. Talk to you soon. Okay, we're back. And I'm pulling them out. Let's kill this power. I always do that like 2 or 3 times. I guess if worst comes to worst, I could dye my oven mitts yellow. Okay, that's a stupid joke. Okay, this is tan, or brown. It looks pretty good. Right now, I know it's very, very hot because they're at 425 degrees. And so that went for, because I pulled it out for 1 minute to take the parchment paper off, put it back in. So we had a total of 32 minutes cook time. So remember that. I had to get my drink ready, because I know it's hot. And let's see if it's tender enough. It should be. Very easy to cut. kind of like probably more than enough baked sweet potato, but I don't know if y'all can see that. Let's see. Mm. Okay, Alexa, turn it off. Alexa, turn it off. Okay, that was a piece. It had the rind on it, and it was good. The rind wasn't particularly soft, so with that in mind, keeping that in mind, you probably want to do this in a soup if you wanted to eat the rind, but it's all edible. And the flavor is not like that of a sweet potato. It is sweet. Hmm. I'm trying to think of. Now I've eaten it. I ate it in Okinawa, and it was done with tempura batter, which the Japanese do that, and the Okinawans do it, and Koreans make a soup out of it. So it's a flavor that's not known here in the U.S. as a normal flavor. I mean, it doesn't taste like a cooked any type of cooked squash I've had. Um, so see, that's what makes it hard to describe because I ate it in Okinawa. So it doesn't taste like a pumpkin. Hmm. It's something that you will have to try. And even with the sprinkles of salt in there, it wasn't overly salty. I mean, I just barely got any salt taste at all. And it was delicious. So another thumbs up for my doctor. She knows what she's talking about. And yeah, that's so the bake time, you know, was 32 minutes, but I I did the pre-bake at 10 minutes. I don't know if you want to count that or not. I would say because the air is thinner here. I'm above 5,000 feet, and I have to take that in consideration. So what you may want to do if you're going to bake this, the pre-bake, is take a sharp knife, and while you're pre-baking it, just jab and see when the rind is tender, and then you'll know, because mine wasn't quite too tender, but it was once I got the slice. The first slice I tried to cut on the stem, so that made it a little bit tougher. But yeah, you might want to do it, bake it a little bit longer, and the pre-bake. And this, when you regular bake it, you might want to bake it less than 32 minutes. My parchment paper was crinkling, and who wants to eat parchment paper? So I just removed it. Yeah, I didn't recognize the taste when I didn't know it when I first tried it, that it's what I had in Okinawa and with the tempura batter. So you can use the tempura batter with it also. And but once I tasted it, I knew, and I like it. So it doesn't have a bitter taste. It's got a sweet flavor, and with a little sprinkling of salt. And someone said try it with lemon. So you know what? I'm going to try this piece right here with a little sprinkle of lemon on it. These pieces right down here. And I'll have this with my tea tomorrow. So I'm trying everything. As I usually do. Okay. A couple of drops of lemon changes the whole flavor entirely. It does. It's good. So my take on this, any way you do it is going to be good. And when you try it with the lemon, you don't have that acidity lemon taste. It's like a background taste, I guess you could describe it. And it changes the flavor entirely. Just a couple of drops of lemon. So, you know, I like this. Okay? I hope this helps someone out. And if it does, give me a thumbs up. Leave a comment down below how you do it or what you've tried with it. And give me a thumbs up. And remember, if you're in a warm place, I mean, this is your meal too. It's your kitchen, your rules. You own it, be proud of it. And if you're in a warm place, go swimming. If you're in a cold place, find a warm place to go swimming. If you can't find that, snuggle up with someone. I mean, why not? Y'all be safe. I love y'all. Y'all have a great day, and talk to y'all later. Bye.